going on? People are saying there's a big difference between iOS 26.1 and iOS 26.2. So we have to see what's actually going on. What's going on? What's going on? This is Xkaii Tech, and today we are reacting to the full breakdown of iOS 26.1 versus iOS 26.2. A lot of people wanting others to wait before updating, so let's see if that's actually true or if 26.2 is worth installing right now. And before we get into this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and let's dive in.
Alright guys, so in less than a month, Apple will be releasing their next major update for the iPhone, that is iOS 26.2, and you may be asking yourself,
oh my goodness, so 26.1 is already out. If you haven't installed that yet, make sure you have that now so that way you can get a feel for it. It's pretty dope, and I'm kind of excited that 26.2 is going to be out in less than a month. That's wild.
Is it worth upgrading from iOS 26.1 to the next iOS 26.2? Well,
that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that this is something that's viable.
Today's video, I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys in regards to everything that I think is worth a mention with iOS 26.2 before you decide to update. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So the first thing I want to talk about is animations. Obviously, animations are going to be important. They make the OS either feel faster or slower and even more intuitive.
I'll have to say the animations right now in 26.1 feel really good, and I have the developer version, so I did download 26.2, and oof, it is smooth.
So with iOS 26.2, Apple has updated animations once again. So let me give you here a quick example. If I click here on this dot for the menu and controls, you see there we have that liquid glass animations that flows very nicely, and for some reason
that looks so nice. If you haven't gotten this yet, you are missing out.
It makes the OS feel a lot nicer, number one, and number two, a lot faster. So what you're looking at here is on the left.
Wow, the speed difference is like night and day. 0.2 is like so much faster than 0.1.
iOS 26.1 animations, and on the right, iOS 26.2. And again, you have that liquid glass effect throughout the animations when navigating the OS. And honestly, this actually makes the OS feel more alive, number one, and number two, faster to navigate and easier to navigate in my opinion. So navigation,
that's really nice. Like, I haven't tested it out yet, so I'm very curious to see what it's like. So if you haven't downloaded it yet just to test it out, I think there's a way that you can make your phone be able to be a developer version, so that way you can download the OSs while they're in testing mode, so that way you can kind of just get a feel for it. So if you want to do that, you can. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna try to find a video on that and do a reaction to it.
with new animations, definitely something that it's going to feel different when you update to iOS 26.2. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is some of the latest changes happening to Liquid Glass with iOS 26.2. Now, before we talk about those changes, I wanted to share a quick word from our sponsor for today's video. Today's video is sponsored by...
Mind you, the Liquid Glass is so cool. It is very, very cool.
eMeet Pico Plus is the world that like cover. The Pico Plus expose 3 micro in short forms and Pro Plus for an to eMeet.2 changes. For one, you can no longer use 2 changes happening with Liquid Glass with iOS 26.2. Number 1, you can no longer use reduced transparency alongside the new changes to Liquid Glass. So if you go with clear or tinted and you have reduced transparency enabled, you would have to disable that reduced transparency in order to use the changes happening to Liquid Glass. And
the fact that they have tinted is really cool. Hang on, choose your preferred look for Liquid Glass. Clear is more transparent. Let's see, revealing the content beneath. Tinted increases opacity and adds more contrast. Let's say you cannot change the preference look for Liquid Glass while reduced transparency is on.
2,
wait, does that mean that you can change the color of it?
You now have the ability to customize
that was so cool. I love that slide down.
Actual Liquid Glass within the clock of the lock screen. So if you go into customizing, click on the clock here, you can go ahead obviously and make the clock larger as you normally.
Oh my god, that was so cool. Hang on, come back. What?
Customizing, click on the clock here. You can go ahead obviously and make the clock larger as you normally
sick.
could, but
that is so sick. What? And the fact that it hides behind that like shape That is so cool.
If you tap once again, you now have a new scrubber down here for the intensity of liquid glass. So you can go all the way to the right for that tinted glass effect and all the way to the left for full-on glass effect, as you can see right there. So yeah, 2 changes happening with iOS 26.
But I do see that there's the color toggle there, so that means you can change the color of your glass.
Point 2, you can now change the liquid glass look within the lock screen, and you can no longer use the reduced transparency option when using liquid glass effects within iOS. Now I want to talk about performance and battery life. This is most important to some of you.
Yes. This is very important for me specifically because I use my phone quite a bit because I'm on social media and I'm posting things and responding to the comments, and I need that battery life.
You guys, so I wanted to share with you guys the latest benchmark performance, and I want to talk about the battery life. Now, in terms of overall performance, navigating the OS and just using my iPhone day in and day out, I can't say I have noticed any crashes or hiccups or stutters.
That's really good because like I would say crashes and hiccups are something that you will get a lot of times when you just get a new OS or a new operating system on your device, because like it's like taking time for it to like settle in or something like that. But like, please, no crashes.
Or anything like that. Any choppiness whatsoever. Everything is flowing as intended. In my opinion, the software feels very, very smooth. Now, with that being said, here's the...
Like, this is an insane update though. Like the fact that it's this smooth and this fast, and they haven't released it yet. So by the time that they're going to release it, it's going to be like way better.
Latest benchmark. So we have iOS 26.1, as you see right there, iPhone 17 Pro Max. We see the single core score is 3,821, and the...
If anyone can explain what this score thing is, please let me know. I'm very, very new to this. So it says Geek Benchmark 6 CPU benchmark results. So whatever the single core score is and multi-core score is, if you can explain what that is, I'll be very, very grateful.
Multi-core score is a staggering 9,923. Now fast forward to iOS 26.2, same device obviously, single core score 3,130, so we see a drop in single core performance on the latest 26.2, and the multi-core performance...
Wait, is the drop like a terrible thing or a good thing? Because I don't know what all this means.
Also saw a drop to 9,719. So those are going to be the numbers as you see right there with iOS 26.1 versus 26.2. These numbers tell me that the performance has decreased slightly, but it's...
Decreased slightly? What are we doing? I thought we're supposed to be increasing the performance. What's going on?
It's not really noticeable when you navigate the OS. I haven't noticed, again, any choppiness or issues within the operating system. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, most importantly...
No. See, we can't glaze over that. If you're saying it's gone down a little bit, like, is this upgrading or downgrading? If you feel like this is confusing, let me know in the comments below, because I'm confused myself. Like what?
Is battery life. Now battery life on iOS 26.1 in my opinion has improved quite a bit ever since the release of iOS 26. So the best battery life so far for me has been iOS 26.1. However, iOS 26.2 currently running on this device right now definitely gets me through my entire day. I get anywhere from 7 to 8 hours of on-screen time.
Okay, so the battery life is a lot better on 26.2, which is good. So you get a little bit more longevity and a little bit more life from it. But I'm just more curious, like how does it handle if you're running multiple apps? Like if you have like an editing app going on and you have like your YouTube studio going, or your like Facebook manager going, like how does it handle that? How does it handle that battery life? I'm very curious about that.
So I wouldn't say that the battery life has gotten worse with iOS 26.2, it just hasn't gotten any better. So the battery life has sustained the same performance with iOS.
Dang, it's the same performance. Okay, we're not disappointed because it is better than what we are running right now. So this is an upgrade regardless. But with my own honest opinion, it's kind of weird. It's almost like a step forward but a step back at the same time. So it's like, where are we trying to go?
iOS 26.1 going over to iOS 26.2. So no major changes happening in battery life performance. No increase, no decrease. And there you guys have it. Just before the update gets released, these are going to be some of the things that I've experienced that actually make a difference. And let me know what you think about the software so far if you're running the betas. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, so in my opinion, from what's going on, it's like almost no difference in terms of downloading each OS. The only difference is if you're like really into the speed of how the phone operates, like how it opens the apps and how things slide around. 26.1 is a little bit slower than 26.2. So, I mean, if you're like into that, but if the battery life is similar, I don't see like what the huge difference is, besides the fact that just the glass is a little bit faster on 26.2. Like I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this one. This one is kind of it stumped me a little bit. Now I'm trying to think of like what kind of thing can we upgrade on it. So in light of that, let's get into a Xkaii Tech upgrade. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Xkaii Tech upgrade. And on this upgrade, we are going to be talking about the iOS 26.1 and 26.2. They are being compared right now. In my opinion, they're very similar. They just said that the battery life, there is no huge difference. There's no upgrade or downgrade. It's pretty much staying the same. Now, what we should do if we are truly going to be moving to the next iOS 26.2 as a simple thing and as a simple upgrade from here is we need to work on that battery life. We need to increase that battery life because most of us are creators, and since we are creators, a lot of the times our phone is going to be opened up to a lot of different apps, and most of these apps eat battery life. So if we can get a new battery or a better battery performance from the new 26.2 update, that would be fantastic, because right now I feel like we're in limbo. I feel like it's just kind of stagnant and is where it is, but can be improved. So just think of this. A lot of people use it for GPS. A lot of times they have multiple apps open at the same time. So we need to compensate for that, especially GPS. GPS eats a lot of battery life. So if we can really hone in, Apple, let's lock in, and let's work on that battery life, okay? Okay, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs button, and I'm a little disappointed about this one. I did not expect this one to be like this. Like, my thought was we're gonna be like moving forward and doing something incredible, but like, I don't know, this one is a little weird for me. All right, peace. Thanks for watching.